It's day 3, and here we go. So, we look at Bruce Lee's intention, his goal for himself, and how convicted he needed to be in order to reach it. Do you have your intentions written down for yourself? It's important to know where you're going. And by writing it down, you can see that you haven't attained it yet. So it's something you still want. You don't have it. Well, what's going on is the wanting can be stopping us from having. Because either we want something or we have it. We can't do both. We can't have both. We just either want it or have it. So when you write down your intentions and you look at them and you see what you're still wanting, well, what's in the way of you having? What is that that's in the way? If you look at Bruce Lee's intention, he just wanted to go all the way. No stops, he wanted it all. And there's probably a part of all of us that want it all. What does that bring up inside you? Just thinking about having it all. Maybe that's impossible to have it all. I could never be like Bruce Lee. I'm just not good enough. What goes on inside of you? Let's focus on that I'm not good enough. Lots of people think that I'm not good enough. Who am I? I'm nobody. We can make all the excuses in the world. Our mind will just go crazy coming up with excuses and to keep us small, to keep us feeling not good enough. So what can we do about those feelings of not good enough? Well, we can just open up and feel all those feelings of not good enough. Let them come up. Allow them to just be there. Surrender into those feelings of not good enough. Open that door. Take a couple breaths. Release those feelings of not good enough. Right out that door. But let's really look at that feeling of not good enough. Wanting to hide because we feel not good enough. What's underneath that feeling of not good enough? Is there a wanting approval? Wanting control? Wanting safety? What is that want that we don't have? Not good enough comes all the way around back to wanting approval. So let's do another exercise on approval. Let's go back to that. Can we let go of disapproving of ourselves? If we think that we're not good enough, then there's part of us that is disapproving of ourselves. So we're beating ourselves up. So let's stop disapproving of ourselves. So can you just let go of disapproving of yourself? Yes. Can you let go of disapproving of yourself even more? Yes. And even more? Yes. Even more? Yes. And can you give yourself a little bit of love and approval? Yes. Just because it's Friday, can you give yourself some love and approval? Yes. And a little bit more love and approval. Yes. Now, if any feelings are coming up, just allow them to be there and just keep saying yes. Can you give yourself some more love and approval? Yes. And even more love and approval. Yes. And even more love and approval. Yes. Just because we can. Somebody's got to give us love and approval, so it might as well be us. Why not? It's an inside job. So if we give ourselves love and approval, It's coming from the inside, and we're only approving ourselves to become that person inside, that power inside. So can you give yourself even more love and approval? Yes. Okay, so underneath that, all that not good enough, we're seeking approval from others. Well, the more we get approval from others, the more dissatisfied we become, because it's not externally coming into us is not going to fix the problem inside of us. Only us can fix us, what's inside that's missing. So we can seek it all over the place, in relationships, and wanting someone to do it for us, and just giving me approval and listening to what I have to say, the whole 9 yards. But it's really an inside job, which is approval. We're seeking approval. So we can't have and want at the same time. So can you let go of wanting approval so you can have it? Yes. Say yes. Can you let go of wanting approval so you can have approval? Yes. Yes, I want to have approval. So yes, I'm going to let go of the wanting, because I can't want and have at the same time. It's impossible. So, can you just let go of wanting approval so you could have approval? Yes. What feels better, having approval or wanting approval? Having approval feels better. When we have something, we feel successful. We feel fulfilled. When we want something, it feels yucky. So having approval feels better. So can we let go of wanting approval so we can have approval? Yes. Do you have approval, or do you still want approval? I hope you feel like you have some approval. It's just a decision, but maybe you don't. So, could you let go of wanting approval so you can have approval? It's just a decision. You are the decision maker. Decide that you have approval. How does that feel? I have approval. It feels much more empowering, yes, than saying I want approval. Check that out. Two total different energies going on. So, could you let go of wanting approval so you can have approval? Yes. Do you have approval, or do you still want approval? I have approval. Could you have even more approval? Yes. That feels good. Yes. Can you have even more approval? Yes. And even more approval? Yes. And can you expand that having approval feeling? Yes. Yes. And keep expanding that having approval feeling. Yes. What are you experiencing? Is it a little lighter? Are you feeling empowered? Are you feeling like you have approval? And where is that having approval coming from? Who's giving you approval? It's coming from you. The I of you. It's coming from within you. Who you really are is giving you approval. The I of you. So can you surrender into that feeling of having approval? Having approval from the I of you. When you let go, you let God. It's getting out of your own way. And how does that feel? What are you experiencing? I would love to hear your comments. Have an awesome, amazing day. Aloha.